Hey everybody, Jim Perry from Reach here. I remember when I was young going sledding one winter, and we went to the largest hill in town here, and we'd gotten probably a foot of snow, so we were excited. It was going to be a great day of sledding, and beyond excited that when we got there, we were the first kids that got to this hill. Ran up to the top of it, got on our sled, jumped in, started sliding down the hill, and after about 3 feet, kind of skidded to a stop. The snow was just deep enough that we weren't able to get enough speed to move any further down the hill. So I got out of my sled, ran the 3 feet back up to the top of the hill, and what do you think I did? Did I start in a brand new place? Did I go farther down the hill? Or did I go down the same path that I had started just a few seconds before? Well, of course, anybody would know if you've sledded before, you get back on that same path. And got in, pushed myself forward, and made it probably 6 or 8 feet down the hill. Again, I got out very carefully, being especially careful to not step on that path that my sled was already making. Ran back up to the top of the hill and a little bit further down the next time. Back up and a little bit further down the next time. And if anyone walked across that path and got their footsteps in that track, I was upset because I knew that it would keep me from getting all the way to the bottom. Well, after probably 10 or 15 times, that path was well worn and it was really slick, and it was really easy to not only get down this large hill, but across the yard at the bottom of it. Neuroplasticity means exactly the same thing for our brains. If you want to learn how to become a better free throw shooter, you are going to practice that over and over and over again. We know this with physical things. When a child's learning how to walk, they don't just automatically walk with grace. They have to practice it for days and weeks and months at a time in order for it to become an automatic, where they don't even have to think about it. If we want to, another video, we talked about multiplication tables. In order to learn those and for it to become an automatic without having to think or count on our fingers to multiply using them, we have to practice over and over and over and over again. And sometimes it seems like it's more work than what it's worth. But once things click and you don't have to think about it anymore, and it's set, things become a whole lot easier. This does not just apply to physical things like that. It also applies to our thoughts and our attitudes towards things, and some of the character traits that we want to see in all of us. If you want to become a kinder person, you need to practice kindness. Now, it also means that you probably need to have at least witnessed what kindness looks like more than once in all different kinds of situations, and you need to practice that in order to become better at it. So an adult a long time ago said, I just can't forgive so-and-so for something they did to me when I was younger. Well, in order to become a more forgiving person, you need to practice forgiveness. And that isn't always easy the first few times. If you want to become a more patient person, you need to practice patience. And that also is not an easy character trait to develop. And I didn't say to just have. It is a character trait that is developed over time. My challenge for you today: what kinds of character traits are you working on still? What kinds of character traits do you feel like maybe you've gotten very, very good at them with lots and lots and lots of practice? Now, if you're still struggling with some of those character traits, with honesty or integrity or being kind or forgiveness, what kinds of things can you do in order to make them better? Neuroplasticity tells us that our brain can change. Just like taking on multiplication tables that you learn for life, or learning how to ride a bicycle and being able to not ride for years but get back on it and have no issues with it at all. The brain can change the way that it thinks. The brain can change its attitude toward things. Are you optimistic, or are you pessimistic, or are you somewhere in the middle? Remembering, the more that you do that, the better at it you get. And sometimes we get really good at doing the wrong thing because we've practiced it for so long. Neuroplasticity tells us that even if we've done the wrong thing for a long time, we can practice over days and weeks and months and sometimes years to become a better human being and to have more true character that we would want to see in ourselves and, again, everyone around us. What are those areas in your life that you can do that? I wish you well. Talk to you soon.